According to statistics from the CDC and the National Eye Institute, more than 11 million people over the age of 60 in the United States are living with eye conditions such as macular degeneration or cataracts. Harvard Medical School also predicts that this number may double within the next 20 years as the population continues to age. This means that among family, friends, or neighbors, it is likely that 1 in 3 older adults is facing difficulties with their eyesight. Have you ever noticed that your eyes are no longer as sharp as they once were? When driving at night, the glare of headlights makes you squint. When reading a book, the letters suddenly blur. At times, even the faces of loved ones no longer appear as clear as before. In fact, this is something many people over the age of 60 experience. The sad truth is that the process often happens quietly. By the time it is noticed, vision has already had a significant impact on freedom and quality of life. But you must remember one important thing. This is not your fault. Eyes age just as skin or hair does. It is a natural law. However, you are not powerless. The good news is that there are simple ways, right in your kitchen, that can help to nourish and protect your eyesight. Many studies show that certain vegetables, when cooked properly, release their full nutrients. They can reduce silent inflammation in the eyes, nourish the retina, and support recovery even while you are resting. No complicated solutions are required. Sometimes, a simple meal can make a real difference. Before we explore 7 special vegetables in today's video, I would like to hear from you. Which vegetables do you eat most often? Please share in the comments, because your small story may become a useful suggestion for many others. And now, let us discover the 7 cooked vegetables that have been recommended by major medical organizations such as the WHO, NIH, and Harvard. Each type has its own role. Some help you see more clearly in the dark. Some protect the macula from blue light. Some keep the tiny blood vessels in the eyes healthy. And some soothe dryness and fatigue. 1. Sweet potatoes. Many people often hear the saying, "Eating sweet potatoes is good for the eyes." For many older adults, this may sound like a piece of folk advice. In fact, science has shown this quite clearly. The most important element in sweet potatoes is beta-carotene. This is a natural pigment that gives the tuber its orange, yellow, or purple color. Once inside the body, the liver converts beta-carotene into vitamin A. This nutrient is directly involved in the production of rhodopsin. Rhodopsin is a protein in the retina that helps the eyes see in low-light conditions. The World Health Organization confirms that vitamin A deficiency is the leading cause of preventable blindness. Harvard Medical School also reports that a diet rich in carotenoids, including sweet potatoes, helps reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration. In the AREDS study by the U.S. National Eye Institute, involving more than 3,500 participants, supplementation with vitamin A and antioxidants slowed the progression of moderate macular degeneration by 25%. A survey in India in 2011 with 5,000 people who lacked vitamin A showed that after only 3 months of eating orange sweet potatoes, the rate of night blindness decreased by 27%. A small study in the Philippines in 2015 also found that older adults who ate orange sweet potatoes at least 3 times a week for 8 weeks reported less glare and greater confidence when moving around the house at night. These numbers show that the nutrients in sweet potatoes can bring real improvement. Why should sweet potatoes be eaten cooked? Beta-carotene is a fat-soluble nutrient. If eaten raw, the body absorbs it poorly. When boiled, steamed, or baked, the cell walls soften and the pigment is released. When combined with a little olive oil, coconut oil, or butter, the body absorbs it more effectively. The NIH emphasizes that carotenoids in vegetables work best when eaten with healthy fats. For this reason, even one steamed sweet potato with a little olive oil can make a real difference for the eyes. I once met a retired bus driver at the age of 70. He said, "Every time I drove at night, the road looked blurred and the headlights dazzled me." After guidance, he added steamed sweet potatoes to his evening meals, eaten with a little olive oil. After 2 months, he shared that moving around the house at night became easier, with much less glare. This is a small but practical example of how nutrients from sweet potatoes can support vision. Varieties of sweet potatoes and their benefits. Orange sweet potatoes, highest in beta-carotene, good for night vision. Purple sweet potatoes contain anthocyanins, which protect blood vessels in the eyes. Yellow or white sweet potatoes, lower in pigments, but still provide healthy energy and fiber. For vision, orange sweet potatoes remain the best choice. The recommended method of cooking is boiling or steaming to preserve sweetness and make the food soft and easy to digest. You may also bake them until soft for aroma and texture, but avoid over-drying. Another way is to stew them with green vegetables such as spinach, kale, or asparagus to add lutein and zeaxanthin. In addition, combining them with healthy fats such as olive oil, sesame oil, or margarine will improve vitamin A absorption. Recommended portion. A reasonable serving is 100 to 150 grams per day, equal to 1 medium sweet potato about the size of your hand. This provides nutrients without excess energy. Besides sweet potatoes, you may also obtain vitamin A from carrots, pumpkin, or mangoes. However, sweet potatoes have advantages: soft texture, easy to digest, natural sweetness, and suitability for older adults with sensitive digestion. Important notes: people with diabetes. Sweet potatoes have a medium glycemic index. Eat with green vegetables and lean protein to avoid a rise in blood sugar. People with kidney disease. Sweet potatoes are high in potassium. If your doctor advises you to limit potassium, consult before eating them regularly. People with digestive disorders. Choose boiled or stewed sweet potatoes. Avoid eating them too dry or too much at one time to prevent bloating. Sweet potatoes are affordable, easy to find, and safe, yet highly nutritious. The natural pigments in the tuber, when cooked and eaten with healthy fats, are converted into vitamin A. This is an essential nutrient that helps the eyes adapt to darkness, reduces the risk of night blindness, and helps slow the progression of macular degeneration. According to the WHO, NIH, and Harvard, this is one of the simplest ways to care for eyesight after the age of 60. It is not a cure, but it is a sustainable, practical, and effective solution for eye health. 2. Spinach. Spinach, also known as spinach leaves, is one of the most nutrient-rich green vegetables for the eyes. Its key feature is that spinach contains high levels of lutein and zeaxanthin. These are natural pigments that concentrate mainly in the macula of the retina. This area helps us read, recognize faces, and see fine details clearly. According to the National Eye Institute in the United States, lutein and zeaxanthin act like a natural light filter. They absorb high-energy blue light and neutralize free radicals. In this way, they help slow macular degeneration and reduce the risk of cataracts. A large study published in JAMA Ophthalmology in 1994, with more than 875 participants, showed that people who ate more leafy greens, rich in lutein, had a 43% lower risk of macular degeneration than those who ate little. A follow-up study in the AREDS 2 program in 2013 by the National Eye Institute also proved that supplementation with lutein and zeaxanthin could replace beta-carotene. It provided the same eye protection, but safer for older adults. Why is spinach particularly useful? Unlike vitamin A in sweet potatoes, The yellow pigments in spinach cannot be produced by the body. This means you must obtain them from food. When spinach is lightly steamed or stir-fried, the cell walls soften, and the nutrients become easier to absorb. Eating it with olive oil or sprinkling with a little cheese greatly increases absorption. Studies also report that only 6 milligrams of lutein per day, equal to about 1 cup of cooked spinach, can provide protective effects for the macula. This is a level that can easily be reached in the daily diet. I remember a retired teacher, 68 years old, who came for consultation because she often saw words blurred and distorted. After examination, the doctor diagnosed early-stage macular degeneration. We advised her to add steamed spinach to lunch 3 to 4 times a week, eaten with olive oil. After 3 months, she shared, "I cannot read novels again yet, but reading newspapers and letters has become much easier. I no longer have to strain my eyes. Such small changes can make a big difference in daily life." How to cook spinach for the best nutrients? The best way is to steam or stir-fry lightly. This helps release lutein and keep the green color fresh. When cooking, you should combine it with healthy fats, such as a few drops of olive oil, rapeseed oil, or a little grated cheese to improve absorption. Avoid overcooking, as this may reduce vitamin C and some antioxidants. In addition, pairing spinach with foods rich in vitamin C, such as tomatoes or oranges, further supports absorption. The Cleveland Clinic recommends eating spinach at least 2 to 3 times per week to support eye health, heart health, and digestion. 1 cup of cooked spinach, about 100 grams, provides more than 6 milligrams of lutein. For older adults, this is a reasonable portion that supports the eyes while adding fiber for good digestion. Groups requiring special attention. People with oxalate kidney stones. Spinach contains high oxalates, which may contribute to stone formation. Eat in moderation, not daily in large amounts. People taking anticoagulant medication. Spinach is rich in vitamin K. If you are taking warfarin or similar drugs, keep your intake steady and avoid sudden changes. People with weak digestion. Choose young spinach, cook it until soft, and avoid eating too much raw spinach. Many other green vegetables also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, such as kale and collard greens. However, spinach has the advantage of being easy to prepare, with a mild taste, suitable for the preferences of many older adults. For this reason, it is the most frequently recommended. Spinach is not only a familiar vegetable, but also one of the strongest natural shields for the macula of the eyes. The yellow pigments in spinach, when cooked and eaten with healthy fats, help reduce the risk of macular degeneration, support against cataracts, and keep vision clear in older age. It is not a cure, but it is a safe, sustainable, and intelligent nutritional choice for eye health. 3. Collard greens. Among dark leafy greens, collard greens are a leading candidate recommended by ophthalmology experts for older adults. The key feature of this vegetable is also lutein and zeaxanthin. These are natural nutrients concentrated in the macula of the retina, helping you maintain clear central vision. The American Academy of Ophthalmology confirms that eating more dark leafy greens, especially collard greens, can slow the progression of macular degeneration and reduce the risk of vision loss in people over 60. This is one of the important recommendations in its eye nutrition guidelines. An analysis of data from the Nurses' Health Study and the Health Professionals Follow-Up Study in the United States in 2015, with more than 100,000 participants, showed that those who ate more foods rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, including collard greens, had an 18 to 25% lower risk of macular degeneration compared with those who ate little. In the AREDS 2 study in 2013 by the National Eye Institute, Supplementation with lutein and zeaxanthin instead of beta-carotene showed significant effects in slowing macular degeneration. This is particularly important for older adults, as collard greens are one of the richest sources of these two nutrients. Why are collard greens considered stronger than many other vegetables? Compared with spinach, collard greens contain higher levels of lutein and zeaxanthin per gram of cooked greens. They are also rich in vitamin C, vitamin K, and folate. These nutrients support the tiny blood vessels in the retina and help maintain stable circulation in the eyes. Nutrition experts from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health rank collard greens among the super greens. These are the highest value leafy greens, especially for eye and heart health. I remember a 74-year-old woman, a former librarian, who was very worried when her central vision became blurred and printed words became distorted. After counseling, she began to add lightly steamed collard greens to dinner 3 times per week. After 4 months, at her follow-up visit, she said, "I still cannot finish a novel, but reading newspapers and food labels has become much easier. The important thing is that I feel I am taking control of my eyes." Such small changes can make a big difference in daily life. How to prepare collard greens for the best benefits. To maximize benefits, you should steam or stir-fry briefly. This helps release the yellow pigments while keeping the fresh green color of the vegetable. When cooking, add a little healthy fat, such as a few drops of olive oil, rapeseed oil, or some grated cheese to improve absorption. In addition, combine with foods rich in vitamin C, such as tomatoes or bell peppers, to further support retinal protection. The Cleveland Clinic suggests that older adults should eat collard greens at least twice a week to support both vision and circulation. 1 cup of cooked collard greens, about 100 to 120 grams, provides more than 10 milligrams of lutein and zeaxanthin. This is enough to reach the protective level for the macula recommended by many studies. It is a level that can be easily achieved in daily meals. Groups requiring caution. People with oxalate kidney stones. Collard greens contain oxalates, which may contribute to stone formation. Eat in moderation and drink enough water. People taking anticoagulant medication. Collard greens are high in vitamin K, which may affect treatment. Keep intake steady and avoid sudden changes. People with weak digestion. Cook until soft and avoid eating too much raw collard greens. Collard greens are often compared with kale and spinach. Although all 3 are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, collard greens have a milder flavor than kale and are easier for many older adults to eat. They are also softer and less fibrous, making them easier to digest. Collard greens are among the most nutrient-rich leafy greens for the eyes. By eating them 2 to 3 times per week, cooked and combined with healthy fats, you can provide the lutein and zeaxanthin needed to protect the macula, slow degeneration, and maintain clear vision. According to the AAO, NIH, and Harvard, collard greens not only help reduce the risk of macular degeneration, but also support eye circulation and protect retinal blood vessels. This is a simple, practical, and safe nutritional choice for most older adults. 4. Asparagus. Asparagus has long been considered a premium vegetable in cuisine. Few people know it is also a good helper for eyesight as age increases. The strength of asparagus lies in its richness in vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, lutein, and a small amount of zeaxanthin. These are strong antioxidants that help protect the retina from free radical damage and high-energy blue light. The Cleveland Clinic lists asparagus among vegetables high in antioxidants that support vision. It is especially useful in preventing cataracts and slowing the progression of macular degeneration. Harvard Health Publishing also states that vitamin C and E from vegetables such as asparagus play an important role in maintaining the strength of blood vessels and connective tissues in the eyes. A study published in the European Journal of Nutrition in 2017 with more than 2,000 older adults reported that a diet rich in vitamin C and lutein was associated with a 19% lower risk of cataracts. Meanwhile, analysis of data from the NIHAREDS2 showed that supplementation with antioxidants, including vitamin C, vitamin E, and lutein, helped slow the risk of moderate macular degeneration by 25%. Asparagus, with its combination of vitamins A, C, and E, along with lutein, is therefore a reasonable choice for those who want to care for their eyes through food. Asparagus brings many practical benefits for eye health. Vitamin A in asparagus helps maintain the corneal epithelium, keeping the eye surface moist and healthy. Vitamin C plays a role in protecting the lens from oxidation, reducing the risk of clouding. Vitamin E helps prevent free radical damage and protects the blood vessels that nourish the retina. Lutein is concentrated in the macula, helping protect central vision and maintain clarity. I once met a 66-year-old gardener who often worked outdoors in the sun. He complained of dry eyes and occasional blurred vision when working outside. After guidance, he began to add lightly steamed asparagus to lunch 3 times per week. After about 2 months, he said, "My eyes feel less dry and less tired. I can work longer in the garden without feeling burning in my eyes." How to prepare asparagus to keep nutrients? To preserve nutrients, you should steam or stir-fry quickly. This keeps the green color fresh and the stems crisp while avoiding loss of vitamins. Lightly roasting with olive oil is also a good method. It enhances flavor and improves absorption of vitamin A and lutein. Avoid overcooking, as long cooking reduces vitamin C and makes asparagus too soft and less tasty. In addition, combining asparagus with protein-rich foods such as salmon or chicken breast creates a balanced meal and supports better absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. The NIH emphasizes that antioxidants from vegetables work best when paired with healthy fats. For this reason, even stir-frying asparagus with a little olive oil is already a smart choice. A reasonable portion for older adults is about 100 to 120 grams of cooked asparagus per serving, equal to 5 to 7 medium spears. Eating it 2 to 3 times per week is enough to provide the necessary vitamins and pigments for the eyes. Groups requiring caution. People with gout or kidney disease. Asparagus contains purines, which may raise uric acid. Eat in moderation. People taking diuretic medicines. Asparagus has a natural diuretic effect, which may add to the drug effect. Monitor and ask your doctor. People with weak digestion. Choose young asparagus, cook until soft, and avoid eating raw or overly tough stems. Compared with other green vegetables, asparagus has the advantage of being rich in several antioxidant vitamins at the same time. If spinach and collard greens stand out for lutein and zeaxanthin, asparagus brings a combination of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and lutein, a quartet that supports the eyes comprehensively. Asparagus is not only a tasty food, but also an important source of nutrients for vision in older age. When cooked properly and eaten with healthy fats, asparagus provides vitamin A to keep the cornea healthy, vitamin C and E to fight oxidation, and lutein to protect the macula. It is not a cure, but it is a simple, safe, and effective eating habit to keep the eyes bright and healthy after the age of 60. 5. Courgette. Courgette is a familiar vegetable, soft and mild in taste, often used in soups or lightly stir-fried. Few people know that it also has special value for eye health, especially in middle age and older age. Courgette contains more than 90% water, is rich in vitamin C, a moderate amount of lutein and zeaxanthin, and the mineral manganese. This combination helps maintain moisture, protect the retina from oxidative stress, and support healthy connective tissue in the eyes. The National Eye Institute in the United States confirms that vitamin C plays a key role in preventing cataracts. Although courgette contains only moderate lutein, it still helps protect the macula. The Cleveland Clinic also classifies courgette among water-rich and antioxidant-rich foods that support older adults with dry or tired eyes. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2008 followed more than 35,000 women over 10 years. It showed that a diet rich in vitamin C was linked to a 33% reduction in the risk of cataracts. Another analysis from JAMA Ophthalmology in 2015 reported that people who consumed more lutein and zeaxanthin reduced their risk of macular degeneration by up to 26%. Although the lutein level in courgette is lower than in spinach or collard greens, its easy digestion, high water content, and versatility make it a suitable choice to maintain hydration and add natural vitamin C for the eyes. Courgette provides several nutrients that are good for vision. Vitamin C in courgette helps protect the lens and supports collagen production, an important component for keeping the cornea and blood vessels strong. Its high water content helps keep the cornea moist and reduces the feeling of dryness and eye strain. Manganese plays a role in antioxidant enzymes, helping reduce retinal tissue damage. Courgette also contains moderate amounts of lutein and zeaxanthin. When combined with other leafy greens, it still contributes to protecting the macula and supporting vision. An 81-year-old man once complained that his eyes often felt dry and gritty at night before sleep. After suggestion, he added courgette, lightly stir-fried with olive oil, to dinner 4 times per week. After more than a month, he shared, "My eyes feel much less dry. At night, I no longer feel irritation when I close my eyes, and I sleep better." For him, this was a small change, but brought meaningful improvement to quality of life. How to prepare courgette to keep nutrients? You can stir-fry it quickly with olive oil to improve absorption of lutein and vitamin C. Steaming or cooking in soups is also a good method, making the dish soft and easy to eat, especially for older adults. Combining with tomatoes or bell peppers adds more vitamin C and creates a synergistic antioxidant effect. Avoid cooking too long, as vitamin C is sensitive to high heat and is easily lost. Harvard Health encourages a diet rich in vitamin C vegetables, and courgette is a gentle and easy option for older adults. A reasonable portion is about 100 to 150 grams of cooked courgette per serving, equal to half a medium courgette. It can be eaten 3 to 4 times per week, especially in the evening, to take advantage of its easy digestion and high water content, supporting the eyes to relax before sleep. Groups requiring caution. People with kidney disease. Courgette contains potassium. If you are on a potassium-restricted diet, consult your doctor before regular intake. People with digestive disorders. Courgette is soft and easy to digest, but too much at once may cause bloating. Eat in moderation and divide portions. People with rare allergies. Some individuals are allergic to the gourd family. If you feel itching or discomfort after eating, stop and seek medical advice. If spinach and collard greens stand out for their high lutein, courgette is strong in hydration, vitamin C, and easy digestion. This makes it especially useful for older adults who often experience dry eyes, dry mouth, or slower digestion. Eating courgette in combination with other greens creates a complementary effect. It supports the macula, keeps the lens clear, and helps the cornea stay moist. Courgette may seem soft, plain, and often seen as a side vegetable, but it is in fact a steady companion for eye health. With more than 90% water, rich in vitamin C, and containing lutein and manganese, courgette helps retain moisture, protect the lens, and support the retina against oxidative stress. According to international studies, including courgette in meals 3 to 4 times per week, prepared lightly and eaten with healthy fats, can help older adults reduce dryness, maintain clearer vision, and preserve quality of life. 6. Bok choy. Bok choy, also known as small Chinese cabbage, is a common vegetable in many Asian meals. It is not only easy to prepare, but also one of the foods rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, lutein, and zeaxanthin, nutrients that are essential for the eyes. According to the National Eye Institute in the United States, vitamin C and carotenoids in leafy greens, such as bok choy, play an important role in protecting the lens and the macula. Harvard Medical School also confirms that a diet rich in green vegetables can significantly reduce the risk of macular degeneration, the leading cause of blindness in older adults. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition in 2010 followed more than 1,800 older adults in China. It showed that those who ate more leafy greens, such as bok choy, had a 23% lower risk of cataracts. In addition, a survey from the Singapore Eye Study in 2012, with more than 10,000 adults, also found that a diet rich in leafy greens helped reduce the risk of glaucoma by up to 20%. Bok choy brings many practical benefits for eye health. Its vitamin A content helps maintain the cornea and the surface epithelium of the eyes. Vitamin C helps reduce oxidative stress in the lens, supporting the prevention of cataracts. Lutein and zeaxanthin protect the macula from blue light, helping maintain clear central vision. Minerals such as calcium and potassium also help maintain microcirculation in the retina and support the nourishment of eye cells. A 67-year-old woman who often cooked for her family shared that she recently felt her eyes became tired and dry when reading newspapers. After advice, she began to add boiled or lightly stir-fried bok choy to lunch 3 to 4 times per week. After about 2 months, she said, "My eyes feel more comfortable, and reading the newspaper no longer tires me so quickly. Eating this vegetable is tasty, and it makes me feel reassured." How to prepare bok choy to preserve nutrients. To retain nutrients, you should boil or steam briefly to protect vitamin C and the yellow pigments in the leaves. Light stir-frying with olive oil or sesame oil is also effective for improving lutein absorption. When combined with mushrooms or tofu, the dish becomes nutritionally balanced, easy to eat, and especially suitable for older adults. Avoid cooking for too long, as this may reduce vitamin C and make the vegetable soft and less tasty. The Cleveland Clinic recommends that leafy greens such as bok choy should be included in meals at least 3 times per week to support both vision and heart health. A portion of cooked bok choy, about 100 grams, equal to 3 to 4 small stalks, provides more than 5 milligrams of lutein and zeaxanthin, together with significant amounts of vitamins A and C. Eating it 3 to 4 times per week will bring lasting benefits for the eyes. Groups requiring caution. People with thyroid disease. Bok choy contains goitrogens, which can interfere with iodine absorption. Eating too much raw may affect the thyroid. Cook it to reduce this risk. People with oxalate kidney stones. Bok choy contains oxalates, which may contribute to stone formation. Alternate it with other vegetables. People taking anticoagulant medicines. Bok choy is rich in vitamin K. If you are taking warfarin, keep intake steady and avoid sudden changes. Compared with spinach and kale, bok choy has slightly lower lutein levels. However, its mild sweetness, soft texture, and easy digestion make it more suitable for older adults who are sensitive to high-fiber foods. For this reason, bok choy is a friendly and easy option to maintain in the daily diet. Bok choy is a simple leafy green, easy to find, yet rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, and protective pigments such as lutein and zeaxanthin. When lightly cooked and eaten with healthy fats, bok choy can help reduce the risk of cataracts, slow macular degeneration, and support clear vision. It is not a medicine, but it is a safe and effective dietary companion for healthy aging. 7. Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts, also known as miniature cabbages, are part of the cabbage family, but shaped like small green balls. They are not only rich in fiber for digestion, but also provide a notable amount of lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin C, and vitamin K, nutrients proven to be vital for eyesight in older age. According to the National Eye Institute in the United States, lutein and zeaxanthin are concentrated in the macula of the eye. They act as a natural light filter, protecting the retina from high-energy blue light and free radicals. In addition, vitamin C in Brussels sprouts helps prevent oxidation in the lens and reduces the risk of cataracts. A study published in Ophthalmology in 2006 followed more than 4,500 people over the age of 60. It showed that those with higher lutein and zeaxanthin intake had up to a 35% lower risk of macular degeneration. Another analysis from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2008, with more than 35,000 women, found that a diet rich in vitamin C from vegetables, including Brussels sprouts, reduced the risk of cataracts by 33%. This shows that simply adding this small vegetable to the diet can provide an extra shield of protection for the eyes. Practical benefits for the eyes. Yellow pigments in Brussels sprouts support the macula and reduce the risk of AMD. Vitamin C protects the lens and slows clouding. Vitamin K supports microcirculation in the retina and keeps blood vessels healthy. Other antioxidants, flavonoids, and alpha-lipoic acid help reduce oxidative stress in the eyes. A 69-year-old man once complained, "When I read the newspaper, my vision quickly becomes blurred, as if a mist covers it." After being advised to add boiled or lightly roasted Brussels sprouts to meals 2 to 3 times per week, he noticed that after more than 2 months, his eyes felt less strained, and reading the morning paper became more comfortable. Although it could not fully restore his eyesight, this small improvement gave him more confidence and daily joy. How to prepare Brussels sprouts to retain nutrients. To keep nutrients, you should steam or boil briefly to preserve vitamin C and yellow pigments. Light roasting with olive oil not only enhances flavor, but also helps absorb lutein more effectively. Stir-frying with garlic or shallots is another option, making the dish tasty, easy to eat, and suitable for older adults. However, avoid overcooking, as this can reduce vitamin C and make the vegetable bitter. A portion of cooked Brussels sprouts, about 100 grams, equal to 5 to 6 small heads, provides nearly 5 milligrams of lutein and zeaxanthin, and more than 80 milligrams of vitamin C, enough to meet over 100% of the daily vitamin C requirement. Older adults can eat them 2 to 3 times per week to gain lasting benefits for their eyes. Groups requiring caution. People with oxalate kidney stones. Brussels sprouts contain oxalates, which may contribute to stone formation. Alternate with other vegetables. People taking anticoagulant medication. Due to high vitamin K, intake should remain stable without sudden changes. People with weak digestion. These vegetables are high in fiber and may cause bloating. Cook until soft and eat in moderation. Compared with kale and spinach, Brussels sprouts have moderate lutein levels, but a major advantage of very high vitamin C. This makes Brussels sprouts an important complementary piece, protecting the macula while supporting the lens and connective tissues in the eyes. Brussels sprouts may be small, but carry powerful nutrients for eye health. When lightly cooked and eaten with healthy fats, they provide lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin C, and vitamin K, all of which protect the retina and lens. They are not a cure, but they are certainly an easy, safe, and sustainable choice. You can see our eyes gradually change with the years. Vision becomes blurred, light feels more dazzling, and dryness or irritation is common. These are things many people over the age of 60 experience. The good news is that the body still has the ability to respond. Food is one of the simplest ways to give the eyes the care they need. Sweet potatoes, a rich source of provitamin A, helping the eyes adapt better in darkness and reducing glare when driving at night. Spinach, high in lutein and zeaxanthin, protecting the macula, the area vital for reading and recognizing faces. Collard greens, rich in yellow pigments, with vitamin C and K to nourish the tiny blood vessels in the retina. Asparagus, a combination of vitamins A, C, E, and lutein, providing a complete antioxidant quartet for the eyes. Courgette, zucchini, high in water and vitamin C, gentle on the system, helping to keep the cornea moist and reducing dryness and eye strain. Kale, regarded as the queen of greens, containing the highest lutein levels, helping to slow macular degeneration. Brussels sprouts, though small, they provide high amounts of vitamin C and K, contributing to the protection of the lens and macula. What is the common point? All 7 of these vegetables, when lightly cooked, combined with healthy fats, and eaten regularly each week, can help protect and nourish vision. This is not an instant miracle, but it is a natural, sustainable, and safe way to care for the eyes in later life. If you have stayed with me until now, it means you truly care about the health of your eyes and your future. Remember, even when vision has already shown signs of decline, you still have many choices. Each meal can become an opportunity to protect what is most precious. Try starting by adding one of these vegetables to your dinner this week. Gradually, make it a habit. It is persistence, not any pill, that brings lasting differences to health. And before you go, I would like to hear from you. Among these 7 vegetables, which one do you eat most often? Which one will you try to add to your menu this week? Please share in the comments. Your story may inspire many others. If you found this video useful, please press like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family, especially those who are concerned about their eyes. Together, we can build a community that lives healthily, lives proactively, and preserves the light in our eyes.